My name is Staszek. I would like to tell you the story that happened to me. Let's start with some quiz. Does anyone recognize this man? Yeah? Could you say his name? Bingo, you have the prize. This is Kurt Vonnegut. He's author of brilliant books, and he had lectures about storytelling. And he explained the schemes in storytelling, and he used very simple techniques for this. So he took the blackboard, he put the two lines, and horizontal line is a timeline of the story, and on vertical line he plotted the level of happiness of a protagonist, with full happiness at the top and misfortune on the bottom. And I would like to use this technique today. So here is the story. Some time ago, I started working in a new organization in the role of Agile coach. And when we start something new, you know this mix of excitement, hope, and some concern. So my happiness level was somewhere in the middle. Then I met people, I had some tasks, I talked with people, and I discovered things. I knew that this company is product-oriented, but I discovered how important customers are in this company, in this organization. So it was very easy to reach out to the customers. It was possible to ask them for feedback. It was possible to invite them to sprint review, external people to sprint reviews. So I said, great, this is wonderful. I wanted to work in this organization, and my happiness level went up. Then I met CTO, and it occurred that this person had very compelling, very interesting vision of transformation. And this person invited Agile coaches to participate in this transformation. Great. And then I talked with the teams, and it occurred that team members are very nice and open to experiments. They are eager to change something. And I said to myself, what a wonderful organization it is. I want to be here. And then with the team, we worked for some time. We conducted some experiments, we measured the things, we helped the teams, stuff like this. But you know, life is life, and nothing great can last forever. And something changed. Market situation changed. And company switched from approach, we build the best product in the world, to approach, we build best product, but we need to save some money. And then it turned out that savings were not enough, and some layoffs were announced. And you know, layoffs are not quite. This is very difficult, very hard situation. So safety level, motivation, engagement went down. CTO, this person with the vision of organization, of the transformation, left. CEO left. There was a lot of questions about the future, a lot of doubts, a lot of fears. What about Agile Coaches team? We were reduced, and it wasn't clear what we were supposed to do. So we were moved from one department to another, and finally we got a new manager. And this manager said, dear team, I value your job. You do very good job, very good work. But I would like you to focus on something else, because we need less coaching and more improvements. And I would like you to focus on improving the processes in our organization. Was I happy about this message? Nope, I wasn't. We say to the others, embrace the change, change is opportunity. And when this change hit me, it wasn't easy to embrace. It was difficult time for me. It was time when a lot of questions started to appear in my head. Questions like what I'm doing here, what should I do? Should I stay in the company? Should I switch company to another? Do I have the skills? Maybe I should drop everything. And it was quite difficult situation, because usually when we have some question, we think about it, we found the answer. And it was the situation when I had the question, but it triggered another question and another and another, and I had the feeling that there was a continuous circle of questions in my head. But after some time, I discovered that all questions are important, but there is one question that is more important than others. And this more important question was, what am I here for? And let me pause here for a moment. We tend to ask question why something happens, start from why, and so on. But when we ask question why, usually our minds ask for the reason, and we tend to search the reasons in past. So if I ask myself, why am I here? I'm thinking about my steps back, what caused that I'm in this place. And my question was something else. It was questions about future. What am I here for? What is my purpose? What is my goal? Or if I can use a really big word, what is my mission in this organization? How to find the answer to this question, what am I here for? Probably there are many ways. You can spend a month in Tibet or in Bieszczady on some meditations. You can use some frameworks like Ikigai. I use 2 exercises that helped me a lot, and I would like to present you these exercises and their result. You can repeat these exercises anytime. You need some tools, which are a pen, a piece of paper, and some time for reflection. So, first exercise was taking the card, piece of paper, and writing down all the roles I had in past. And then, next to each role, I try to write down what was my primary goal when I was working on this position. And I created the list like this. And then, when it was ready, with some corrections and so on, I took a look at this list. And I said to myself, no, it's not so easy. I'm able to create such lists right here, right now, with my knowledge and experience, but it wasn't so clear, it wasn't so easy in the past when I was working on these positions. Why? Because when I work as a developer, a long time ago, initially I thought that my goal is to write a code. Then I read some code and I realized, no, it's not so easy. It's about writing good code or clean code, if you like. Then I discovered that the thing is not about the code. The thing is about creating the product, and writing a code is only one piece of the puzzle. Then I was offered to be a team leader, and initially I thought, okay, let's take it, and my goal is to check if I'm able to do it. Then I wanted to be a good leader, and I understood being a good leader as not repeating some mistakes that I observed in my environment. Of course, you can guess how it ended. I avoided some mistakes, but I did a lot of other mistakes. And then I have one more goal. And then I realized, okay, I can do it. I'm not making some mistakes, I make some others, and I have no problem with spending more money. And only after invalidating these goals, I realized what the real goal is of the team leader, of the manager, to create the environment. And similar thing happened when I started working as a Scrum Master. First, I wanted to learn Scrum because I heard this is a nice framework. It's really effective. Then my goal was to create the teams that comply with Scrum. And then I realized it's not about framework, it's about effectiveness. And Scrum is a tool to use it. So it was first exercise. It was really important to me. It was really helpful, but it didn't solve my problem because this is my past and I'm here and now. So time for exercise number 2. You need to take another piece of paper if you want to do it. I started to write down the beginning of sentence. Currently, my primary goal at work is to. And I tried to finish the sentence using different statements that came into my mind. And I created some of them. And I didn't look for the best one because there is no best. I looked for the statement that resonates with me, that touches my feeling. And after writing this list, I recollected the words that Craig Klarman uses to introduce himself, and he used these words yesterday, that he's trying to reduce suffering in product development. And I said, this is it. This is also my reason, so I want to steal this reason for him, and I really hope that he doesn't mind. So it took me some time, but finally, when I found out that, yeah, this is my goal, this is something I want to do, I observed two changes. First of all, I told you about the questions that triggered one another and ran in circles. But now, when I realize, okay, this is my primary goal, it works as a kind of foundation. I mean, I said my mission is this, and here is the question. And when I struggled with answering this question, I could always return to this primary goal, and it was really, really helpful. Then, second thing happened with my motivation. It went up. And only when I prepared this presentation, I noticed one thing. All the previous arrows, up and down, were a result of changes in my environment. So I observed something in my environment, something happened, and it affected my motivation. So my motivation, my happiness level were affected by external factors. This last arrow up is the only movement that was made by myself. So I did something and my motivation changed. Let me use one more metaphor. If we take a microscope and take a look at some liquid, let's say water, we would see the tiny particles of water. And they are moving. And these movements are chaotic, and we can see it. If we take the organization, and if we would have a magic wand, magic microscope to see what people do, we will see people doing very different things. Writing emails, writing codes, reading documentation, searching web, and so on. And these movements also can be chaotic, and organization don't want this movement to be chaotic. So organizations want to focus people on the same goals. And we have tools for this. We can use sprint goals, product goals, OKRs, and ultimately, we define some mission to go into one direction. So if we teach organizations to use this method, then maybe also we can apply this method to ourselves, because if I take a look at myself at different times, different days, weeks, months, even years, I can also see myself doing different things. So defining the mission can be something that allows us to go in one direction. All right, last thing. I had 15 minutes to present this story, so there are simplifications. And you can have an impression that it was really nice, smooth, and easy process. And I can tell you, it wasn't. It took several weeks for me, and it wasn't a comfortable process. So if you struggle with defining your mission, your purpose, let it be. Because defining and discovering the mission is also a journey, and serious journeys need time. So, if you feel inspired or if you feel struggle, you can spend some time on finding your mission, give it a name, and if you have it, please share it with your peers, with your colleagues, with your friends around you, because I think this is really important and really helpful. And that was it. Thank you for attention.